Why Jetpack Compose? Why are companies massively migrating to Jetpack Compose, and why do you need to know it for Android development? Jetpack Compose is a modern UI framework for building Android applications using a declarative approach. It provides a more efficient and convenient way to develop UI compared to traditional XML layouts and Java Kotlin-based UI code, while also offering better performance. What makes Jetpack Compose so good? First, declarative approach. Imagine you have a screen with a button that updates the text field when clicked. Traditional is XML and imperative programming. You define the UI, an XML layout with the text view and button. In Java Kotlin, you find these elements using find view by ID and manually update the text view when the button is clicked. With Jetpack Compose, it's absolutely different. You don't need to manually manage updates. You simply declare what should be displayed based on the state, and Compose automatically updates the UI when needed. You don't have to tell the system how to update the text. Compose figures it out for you. Second, simplified state management. Imagine you have a button that increments a counter. Traditional approach would be you create a variable to store the counter value. When the button is clicked, you manually update the variable and change the text view's value. Jetpack Compose approach is different. Compose automatically tracks state changes and re-renders only the affected UI elements. Third, less code. Jetpack Compose significantly reduces the amount of code needed. No needs for separate XML layout files. Everything is written in Kotlin, making it easier to maintain and extend. Fourth, flexibility and reusability of components. UI in Compose is built using composable functions, making components highly reusable. You can easily create reusable UI elements with minimal effort. Adaptive UI for different screen sizes. Compose automatically adapts for different screen sizes, resolutions, and orientations. No need to manually define logic for various screen configurations. 6. Seamless integration with Jetpack libraries. Jetpack Compose integrates smoothly with other Jetpack components like navigation, live data, state flow, etc. This simplifies implementing complex UI architectures. 7. Built-in support for themes and animations. Light and dark themes are easy to implement. Built-in animations APIs allow for smooth UI transitions with minimal effort. 8. Better UI testing capabilities. Jetpack Compose simplifies UI testing since you can describe how UI elements should behave based on their state. This makes unit testing and UI testing much easier. 9. Hot reload and instant preview. Hot reload, hot replacement, lets you see changes in real time without rebuilding the app. This saves development time and improves workflow efficiency. Why is Jetpack Compose faster? First, no view hierarchy overhead. Traditional Android UI relies on hierarchical view groups like linear layout, right? Relative layouts or constraint layout. Each element in the hierarchy consumes memory and processing power. When the UI updates, the entire hierarchy needs recalculating. In Jetpack Compose, it's absolutely different. UI is function-based and components are only recomposed when necessary, reducing system workload. Efficient state defining and recomposition. Compose only updates components that changed rather than redrawing the entire screen. This reduces CPU and memory usage, making UI updates more efficient. Lightweight UI. Traditional views like text view, image view have extra overhead. Compose UI elements are lighter, consuming fewer resources. No need for find view by ID calls. In traditional Android, find view by ID searches for views at runtime, adding extra processing overhead. Compose eliminates this need since UI is directly linked to state. More efficient animations. Jetpack Compose natively supports animations with less resource consumption compared to view animations. Modern concurrency model. Jetpack Compose leverages Kotlin coroutines for asynchronous UI updates, improving responsiveness and performance. Summary. Jetpack Compose simplifies Android UI development but making code more readable, maintainable, and scalable. It eliminates many pain points of traditional XML-based UI system and allows developers to focus on what should be displayed rather than technical details of UI updates. So, key takeaways: less code, more efficiency, better performance than XML-based views, faster UI development with hot reload, built-in support for themes, animations, and state management. Future-proof as Android is shifting to Compose. Knowing Jetpack Compose is now a must-have skill for Android developers. So learn it, enjoy it, And that's all for me. Bye!